What's up, YouTube? I'm Z, and this channel shows you the world through my lens. I am super excited for this. I think some of you have been here since I did the Fortnight reaction, and then some of you jumped on with me when I did All Too Well, Masterpiece, and then I think a large number of you maybe joined me when I had 17 hours of my Eras tour, or her Eras tour, reaction. I got 17 hours before they took it down. But anyways, you guys went crazy. The support was awesome. The comments, there was a lot of good engagement before it got taken down. So that was cool. It does exist on my Patreon, completely free. So I always have that linked in my description down below. And I'm making a mental note right now that I will also link it up here, so you can click that if you want to go check out my full reaction to the full Eras tour. It's a 4-hour reaction. You can watch it with me, basically. What it is. But anyways, that was so good. And all I could think is, I know just kind of like the big mainstream songs from her. And even then, not all of them, just certain ones. And I need to know more, because this is so good. Not only do the songs sound really good, and as she went through the different eras, got to really see that she has like a very wide range of sound, which was super cool for me to see. But her lyrics are awesome. I love the stuff she talks about. I'm a big lyrics person, so I'm very excited to kind of dive into her discography. But we have to do her new one first, because that is something I promised several weeks back, and I am now finally doing it. So we're gonna do the Tortured Poets Department. Just so you guys know, we are gonna do the regular version first, not the anthology, because the anthology is a 2-hour long album. So we're gonna start with this one, 16 tracks. It's about an hour long. I'm just letting you know why it's 1:30 in the morning here. I just don't have the ability to do that right now. Holy crap. Yo, this is a new album. I've never seen this. This is a new album, and everything has hundreds of millions of views, except for one, which has just under 100 million. That's insane. Yo, she's crazy. All right, guys. Should we start? We're starting with Fortnight. I will listen to it because I want to hear the album as it was meant to be listened. So we've heard this song. I won't comment on it too much. We'll just kind of listen to it and then get going.
I was supposed to be sent away, but they forgot to come and get me. I was a functioning alcoholic till nobody noticed mine.
Sorry. I'm just having some issues here. Okay. There we go.
Nobody noticed my new aesthetic.
Might as well.
All of this to say, I hope you're okay, but you're the reason. And no one here's to blame. But what about your quiet treason? And for a fortnight there we were, forever running to you. Sometimes ask about the weather. Now you're in my backyard, turn into good neighbors. Your wife waters flowers. I wanna kill her. All my mornings are Mondays, stuck in an endless February.
Okay, so I can't remember exactly what I said the first time I hear it, but when we talk about lyrics and people kind of criticize her for, like, I think maybe just having like not good lyrics, I'm very confused, because as I'm looking at this, just these two lines right here, these are awesome. All my mornings are Mondays, stuck in an endless February. Like, yeah, and I'm sure anybody who's had like a hard time or like heartbreak or whatever has had moments where it feels like this. I think the lyrics are awesome.
I took the miracle
Okay. I was kind of waiting to see because sometimes albums or artists will like put specific transitions and stuff. So I definitely didn't want to miss anything by like pausing and talking there. Listening to that song again, and I've heard it from time to time since that reaction, but listening to it again in this setting, in this mode where I'm like, okay, I'm here to like pay attention to the album. The instrumentation on that was so immense. Like it was crazy. So many beautiful things happening. The bass was incredible. There was strings in there that were just beautiful. It was just really good. And I love that Post Malone was kind of like just, there. And then when it was his part, he didn't do anything that was overbearing, but it was like a nice touch to the song. Sometimes you get artists that like may end up taking over a song, and other times you get artists that you kind of like, did they really bring anything to the song? I think he did a nice job of like elegantly elevating the track but also like not taking over, right? Okay, so now we're gonna get into the music that we haven't heard. The first track on that is track number 2, the Tortured Poets Department. So this is the title track. Let's see what we got.
Typewriter at my apartment, straight from the Tortured Poets Department. I think some things I never say, like who uses typewriters anyway?
Facts.
You're in self-sabotage mode, throwing spikes down on the road. But I've seen this episode and still love the show. Who else decodes you? And who's gonna hold you like me?
I just want to pull it back for a second if I could. But, stuff like this, again, just beautiful writing. You're in self-sabotage mode, right? Throwing spikes down on the road. So if you're throwing spikes down on the road and you're also driving on the road, that's where the self-sabotage comes in. Beautifully written there. I've seen this episode and still love the show, and that is a very deep line. If you care to kind of like read into it, and it's like, yeah, like even the worst things we kind of go through, it's like, there was so many beautiful things that maybe were still a part of it, and still that we can kind of take out of it. This is just beautiful writing. I love it.
Chelsea Hotel, we're modern idiots, and who's gonna hold you like me?
Definitely help me out, guys. I'm not gonna get every single reference. I'm actually really bad with certain genres of references, so let me know about that one because I'm not sure.
Nobody, no fucking body, nobody.
I was warned.
You smoked then, ate 7 bars of chocolate. We declare Charlie Puth should be a bigger artist. I scratch your head, you fall asleep like a tattooed golden retriever. But you awaken with dread, pounding nails in your head. But I've read this one where you come undone. I chose this cyclone with you. And who's gonna hold you like me? Who's gonna hold you?
That was beautiful too, to kind of echo the same sentiments as the first part, but do it differently. So in the first part, I've seen this episode like like you're watching a TV show. This time I've read this one, so like you're reading a book, but similar sentiment. Yeah, again, it's beautiful.
I
love the high notes.
hotel. We're modern idiots, and who's gonna hold you like me? Who's gonna hold you? Sometimes I wonder if you're gonna screw this up with me. But you told Lucy you'd kill yourself if I ever leave. And I had said that to Jack about you, so I felt seen.
Damn.
Everyone we know understands why it's meant to be. 'Cause we're crazy.
Okay, so I'm glad she said it, because I felt like until that line came in, I was gonna come off as judgmental by saying that was like a little bit wild. It just does not sound like a healthy relationship. But if we're paying attention to the lyrics, that should be obvious at this point based on verse 1, verse 2. And I'm assuming the reference in the chorus will back that up as well. I just don't know what the reference is. Yeah, this makes sense.
So tell me, who else is gonna know me? At dinner you take my ring off my middle finger and put it on the one. People put wedding rings on, and that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. Who's gonna
Wow, listen to the instrumentation there when she's talking about that part. That's the closest I've come to my heart exploding. It almost sounds
And that's the closest I've come to my heart exploding.
almost sounds like, you know, like chimes, like something like that. But just like I would associate that with almost like this tingling feeling, and what she's describing goes really well.
Who's gonna hold you, me? Who's gonna know you, me? And you're not Dylan Thomas, I'm not Patti Smith. This ain't the Chelsea Hotel, we're two idiots. Who's gonna hold you? 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 Gonna know you, control you. You left your typewriter at my apartment, straight from the torture poets department. Who else decodes you?
Wow. Nice fade out. Guys, beautiful start to the album. Love the first two tracks. Let's see where we go from here.
Oh, here we go again. The voices in his head called the rain to end our days of wild. The sickest army doll purchased at the mall. Rivulets descend my plastic smile. But you should have seen him when he first got me. My boy only breaks his favorite toys.
Whoa, interesting. I wasn't sure, like when I read the title, I was like, I wonder what this means. And so far, it seems like what we have here is this, I guess, running metaphor that we're going to go with of like breaking toys, but the toy being her. So she's likening them getting into a relationship, or the boy getting into a relationship with her, like him getting a new toy. Interesting.
My boy only breaks his favorite toys. I'm queen of sandcastles he destroys. Is it bit too
Okay, before she gets into this next part here, that was fire. I also really love "I'm the Queen of the Sandcastles" because again, when I think about okay, if we're running with this type of metaphor that he destroys, like sandcastles that he destroys, that to me is like your homes, right? Because that's just like castles are dope, but they're also just the homes of kings and queens. So super dope lines there.
There was a litany of reasons why we could have played for keeps this time. I know I'm just repeating myself. Put me back on my shelf. But first, pull the string and I'll tell you that he runs because he loves me. He loves me. Because you shouldn't have seen him when he first saw me. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Castles he destroys. Cause I knew too much. There was danger in the heat of my touch. He saw forever, so he smashed it up. My boy only breaks his favorite toys.
Okay, before she gets into this next part, as we're progressing and the lyrics continue to unfold, this is again just kind of showing like a very unhealthy, perception of the relationship. Even from her perspective, it's kind of like, if somebody breaks something, you don't think like, oh, that was his favorite thing, so he broke it. So this is just again, for the metaphor, working super well with people who maybe are in a toxic relationship. And when the bad things happen, this is the type of language we can tell ourselves to say, oh, it's because they really care about me. That's why they're yelling at me. It's because they really are passionate about me. That's why they put their hands on me. I know that took that to a dark place, but, there's a lot of people trapped in very difficult relationships. And I think this is part of the psychology that keeps them there, but this is done in a really cool like running metaphor of like being a toy and like super cool. Yeah, we felt this. Once I fix me, he's gonna miss me. Just say when I play again, he was my best friend. Down at the Sandlot, I felt more when we played pretend than with all the cans, 'cause he took me out of my box, stole my tortured heart, left all these broken parts, told me I'm better off, but wow. That is fun. I literally have goosebumps, like the hairs on my, just from thinking about how cool of a concept that was in terms of writing that song, and what she was really talking about. And I think somebody who's maybe not intelligent enough would say that, oh, like Taylor Swift is lame. She doesn't write meaningful songs. She's writing a song about a toy. And you just be like, really, dude? That was fire. And like hearing the end where he says, you're better off. She says, I'm not. And again, anyone who's been through a difficult breakup knows that feeling, like what that feels like. And in that moment, it really feels like, no, like I need you. I'm not better off without you. Even the part where she says, when I fix me, he'll miss me is heartbreaking because, yeah, like I've felt that way after a bad breakup. Like if I if she sees me like, back in shape and da da da, like she's gonna be like, oh, he looks so good, and no, run away. All right, but it's tough in the moment. It's really tough. Next up, we got Down Bad. Interesting sound. Only in the left ear.
Did you really beat me up in a cloud of sparkling dust just to do experiments on? Tell me I was the chosen one. Showed me that this world is bigger than us, then sent me back where I came from. For a moment I knew cosmic love. Now I'm down bad, crying at the gym. Everything comes out, teenage petulance. Fuck it if I can't have him. I might just die, it would make no difference. Down bad, waking up in blood, staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. Fuck it if I can't have us. I might just not get up, I might stay down bad. Fuck it if I can't have him. Down bad.
I love this.
Fuck it if I can't have him.
Yo, the writing is amazing. I know I'm like repeating myself, but now we've gone from that to now we're doing a, running, I guess, metaphor of like an alien abducting a person and, like then putting them back once they're done with them. And like that person could never be the same again, because people, like, let's say you really did get abducted and you remember the things you saw and you experienced. How do you live a normal life around people that think that none of that is real? Like it's just made up, but it's real because you experienced it. This is such a crazy, wow, super, super dope. Oh man, I gotta come up with other words because I'm sure you guys are like, how many times did he say dope in this in this reaction?
Fuck it if I can't have him.
And I love that she's using down bad too, like dope.
Did you take all my old clothes just to leave me here naked and alone in a field in my same old town that somehow seems so hollow now? They'll say I'm nuts if I talk about the existence of you. For a moment I was heaven struck.
The interesting sounds in the instrumentation I was talking about, all to sound like alien and like unknown. This part right here, same thing. It's really just creating the atmosphere for what the story is talking about. And I love, she says, you take all my old clothes, because like when there's a breakup, you leave stuff in places. That's a normal part of breakup. But then using it in this example, because in all like alien stories and stuff, it's about being, left naked and dazed in a field after your abduction. And so it worked really, really well.
Now I'm down bad, crying at the gym. Everything comes out, teenage petulance. Fuck it if I can't have him.
A lot more swearing than I
might
expected.
just die, it would make no difference. Down bad, waking up in blood, staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. Fuck it if I can't have us. I might just not get up, I might stay down bad, like I lost my twin. Fuck it if I can't have him. Down bad, waving at the ship. Fuck it if I can't have him. I loved your hostile takeovers, encounters, closer and closer. All your indecent exposures. How dare you say that it's? I'll build you a fort on some planet where they can all understand it. How dare you think it's romantic, leaving me safe and stranded?
Damn.
Cause fuck it, I was in love. So fuck you if I can't have us.
Damn. Taylor's grown now.
gym. Everything comes out, teenage petulance. Fuck it if I can't have him. I might just die, it would make no difference. Down bad, waking up in blood. Staring at the sky, come back and pick me up. Fuck it if I can't have us. I might just not get up, I might stay down bad. Like I lost my twin. Fuck it if I can't have him. Down bad, waving at the shit. Fuck it if I can't have him. Like I lost my twin. Fuck it if I can't have him.
That's a dope. Okay, Z, I need you to stop using the word dope. No more. That is a cool line, like I lost my, twin. So if you say like, it's a simile, right? Yes, English class. Because if you lost your twin, you two came in a pair, so you lost your other half. And a lot of people talk about like my other half as, or my better half, like my wife. She is my better half.
Down bad, waving at the shit. Fuck it if I can't have him.
Guys, this is phenomenal so far. I mean, I'm very impressed. The sound still for the alien theme. So Long London, next track. Yo, that sounded like a Mario sound.
I saw in my mind fairy lights through the mist. I kept calm and carried the weight of the rift. Pulled him in tighter each time he was drifting away. My spine split from carrying us up the hill. Wet through my clothes, weary bones caught the chill. I stopped trying to make him laugh, stopped trying to drill the safe. Thinking, how much sad did you think I had? Did you think I had in me? Oh, the tragedy. So long, London. You find someone. I didn't opt in to be your odd man out. I founded the club she's heard great things about. I left all I knew, you left me at the house by the heath. I stopped CPR after all, it's no use. The spirit was gone, we would never come to. And I'm pissed off you let me give you all that youth for free. For so long, London, stitches undone, two graves, one gun. I'll find someone. And you say I abandoned the ship, but I was going down with it.
I love the layered singing she's doing here, so we're going to pull it back right after this.
And you say I abandoned the ship, but I was going down with it. My white knuckle dying grip, holding tight to your quiet resentment. And my friend said it isn't right to be scared. Every day a love affair, every breath feels like rarest air. When you're not sure if he wants to be there. So how much sad did you think I had? Did you think I had in me? How much tragedy? Just how low did you think I'd go for? I'd self-implode for. I'd have to go be free. loved me, but where were the clues? I died on the altar waiting for the proof. You sacrifice us to the gods of your bluest days. And I'm just getting color back into my face. I'm just mad as hell 'cause I loved this place for so long. London had a good run, a moment of war size, but I'm not the one.
I felt like there wasn't a good place to pause this because I just was very sucked into to what was happening here, the way she was kind of like talking about the relationship through this you know, I guess metaphor again. And we get to this part where she says, a moment of warm sun, but I'm not the one, so long, London. And it almost makes me think, because you look at the beginning, she talked about her being soaked wet, so she got a chill to her bones. And London's kind of known for like that really bleak, you know, raining a lot weather. You don't see the sun that much, so this moment of warm sun. So her saying so long London feels like she's saying so long to this like relationship where she was just holding on to these moments of warm sun. And she, you know, very graphic too, her spine split carrying the weight of us. Guys, I mean, I just keep saying the same thing again over and over again. So get used to that. It's going to be this for an hour and a half or however long it's going to take us to do this, hour and 45. The writing is phenomenal.
So long, London, stitches undone, two graves, one gone. You'll find someone.
Very sad song too, by the way. Like, I felt emotional through that. Very good. But Daddy, I Love Him. Next track.
I forget how the West was won. I forget if this was ever fun. I just learned these people only raise you to cage you. Sarah's and Hannah's in the Sunday best, clutching their pearls, sighing what a mess. I just learned these people try and save you, 'cause they hate you. Too high a horse for a simple girl to rise above it. They slammed the door on my whole world, the one thing I wanted. Now I'm running with my dress unbuttoned, screaming, but Daddy, I love him. I'm having this baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your faces. I'm turning to Flora through the fences. No, I'm not coming to my senses. I know he's crazy, but he's the one I want. Dutiful daughter, all my plans were laid. Tendrils tucked into a woven braid. Growing up precocious sometimes means not growing up at all. He was chaos, he was revelry. Bedroom eyes like a remedy. Soon enough, the elders had convened down at the city hall.
Yo, this is really some small town stuff. But she is from a small town, correct?
Down at the
So I
city
mean,
hall.
that lends this type of thing authenticity. Very interesting story. I don't really want to pause it, so I'm going to try to play it and just keep going because I love story stuff and I just want to see where the story goes.
Stay away from her. The saboteurs tested too much. Lord knows the words we never heard, just screeching tires of true love. And I'm running with my dress unbuttoned, screaming, but daddy, I love him. I'm heaven's baby. No, I'm not, but you should see your
I love that.
faces. I'm telling him to floor it through the fences. No, I'm not coming to my senses. I know he's crazy, but he's the one I want. I'll tell you something right now. I'd rather burn my whole life down than listen to one more second of all this bitching and moaning. I'll tell you something about my good name. It's mine alone to disgrace. I don't cater to all these vipers dressed in empire clothing.
Snakes.
God save the most judgmental creeps who say they want what's best for me, sanctimoniously performing soliloquies I'll never see, thinking it can change the beat of my heart when he touches me and counteract the chemistry and undo the destiny.
Rhyming. Come on.
You ain't gotta pray for me. In my wild boy and all this wild joy. If all you want is great for me, then it's just white noise, then it's just my choice. There's a lot of
That was awesome. I do have to pause it for that part. If all you want is gray for me, then it's just white noise. Meaning all the stuff that you're saying to me is just, I'm not paying any attention to it. It's just noise in the background that, is just there. I'm not giving it any attention or value. Although sleeping with a white noise machine has worked really well for me. Just saying.
noise, then it's just my choice. There's a lot of people in town that I bestow upon my fakest smiles. Scandal does funny things to pride, but brings lovers closer. We came back when the heat died down. Went to my parents and they came around. All the wine moms are still holding out, but fuck 'em, it's over. Now I'm dancing in my dress in the sun, and even my daddy just loves him. I'm his lady, and oh my God, you should see your face this time. Doesn't it give some perspective? I know you can't come to the wedding. I know he's crazy, but he's the one I want. I'll tell you something right now. You ain't gotta pray for me. In my wild boy and all this wild joy. Chaos, he was revelry. If all you want is great for me, then it's just white noise. It's my choice. Screaming, but daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby. No, I'm not. It's you. Should see your faces. But oh my God, you should see your faces.
Yeah, I like that song a lot. I like every song a lot so far. I think this is fantastic. And that song to me was just like a really fun storytelling thing, an insight into like what a small town love might be like in like a really small town where people feel close enough to you that they're involved in this situation. I mean, I've never lived in a town that small, so that is super foreign to me, and it's very cool to have a story like that that kind of takes me to that. I felt like I was watching a movie, to be honest. And I just got like smile ear to ear when you go through this whole progression and the parents come around and now they're happy together. I mean, you gotta love a story like that. Fresh out the slammer. Okay. Ooh.
Now, pretty baby, I'm running back home to you. Fresh out the slammer, I know who my first call will be too. Fresh out the slammer, another summer taking cover, burning thunder. He don't understand me. Splintered back in winter, silent dinners, bitter. He was with her in dreams. Gray and blue and fights and tunnels, handcuffed to the spell I was under.
Damn.
For just 1 hour of...
Yo, handcuffed to the spell I was under. Man, let somebody tell me that she doesn't write good lyrics or like songs for like mature audiences or whatever other BS people say. Like, what? That's crazy. Like, you're trapped under the spell, handcuffed to the spell. Yo, that's so cool.
Blue and fights and
I didn't say the D word.
handcuffed to the spell I was under. For just 1 hour of sunshine, years of labor, locks and ceilings, in the shade of how he was feeling.
Dang, yo, this is crazy. I'm gonna have to pause here, guys. I know this might be abnormal for like a reaction to this type of music, but I can't go past these lyrics without saying something. For just 1 hour of sunshine, years of labor. Look at the ratio. 1 hour, years of labor, locks and ceilings for 1 hour of sunshine. And then she says, in the shade. So if you're in the shade, you can't feel the sunshine. You're not in the sunshine. In the shade of how he was feeling. Wow. I am.
Years of labor, locks and ceilings, in the shade of how he was feeling. But it's gonna be alright, I did my time. Now, pretty baby, I'm running back home to you. Fresh out the slammer, I know who my first call will be too. Fresh out the slammer, candle flashes, welcome bashes, get the matches, toss the ashes off the ledge. As I said in my letters, now that I know better, I will never lose my baby again. My friends tried but I wouldn't hear it, watch me daily disappearing. For just one glimpse of his smile, all those nights he kept me going, swirled you into all of my poems. Now we're at the starting line, I did my time. Now, pretty baby, I'm running to the house, we still wait up in that porch.
Oh, interesting here in the production. We're getting a change in the backing instrumentation.
Now, pretty baby, I'm running to the house, we still wait up in that porch like leaves. To the one who says I'm the girl of his American dreams. And no matter what I've done, it wouldn't matter anyway. Ain't no way I'm gonna screw up now that I know what's at stake here. At the park where we used to sit on children's swings, wearing imaginary rings.
Damn.
it's gonna be alright. I did my time.
This album is, I don't know what expectations I had, but obviously like the name could indicate that this is gonna be like a complex, intricate album. The Tortured Poets Department. This is a very dense, poetic, like piece of writing so far. This album, that song, her kind of comparing like going through all the hard times and putting up with all of this BS as like her spending time in the slammer, with beautiful imagery, by the way, beautiful sad imagery, and then saying like, okay, well now I've done my time, and you know I'm running to you, like you're gonna be my first call now that I'm out of the slammer, and like I've done my time, I've paid my dues, like now we get to enjoy life. And the crazy thing about that analogy is that most people when they come out, you know, are gonna be like very disappointed with what life is gonna be like, because it's not gonna be what they think. And she's heading towards that disappointment, and we circle back to her saying 1 hour of sunshine after these years of being locked up. I mean, years of being locked up, saying you're paying your time for this thing, and then you come back and her reality is gonna be this 1 hour. Like, again, this is the metaphorically, this very short period where it might pay off, but then reality. Wow. I don't know what to say. You guys have heard this album, so you already felt what I'm feeling.
You
Florida.
can beat the heat if you beat the...
Florence and the Machine. I haven't heard them in a while. Okay.
You can beat the heat if you beat the charges too. They said I was a cheat. I guess it must be true. And my friends all smell like weed or little babies. And the city reeks of driving myself crazy. Little did you know your home's really only a town you're just a guest in. So you work your life away just to pay for a timeshare down in Destin, Florida.
Dang, this is a throwback for me. Destin, Florida. This takes me back to a bad relationship of mine. But her family used to go to Destin, Florida. We were living in Texas at the time when we were dating. But they would drive to Destin. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. That's brought back some memories.
For a timeshare down in Destin, Florida. Was one hell of a drug. Florida. Can I use you?
The hurricane was my name when it came. I got drunk and I dared it to wash me away. Barricaded in the bathroom with a bottle of wine. Well, me and my ghost, we had a hell of a time. Yes,
Damn.
I'm haunted, but I'm feeling just fine. All my girls got their lace and their crimes, and your cheating husband disappeared. Well, no one asks any questions here. So I did my best to lay to rest all of the bodies that have ever been on my body, and in my mind they sink into the swamp. Is that a bad thing to say in a song?
No, I love it.
Little did you know you're 100, only the time you'll get arrested. So you pack your life away just to wait out the shitstorm back in Texas, Florida. It's one hell of a drug.
Hey, this is awesome.
Florida.
Can I use you? Oh, I need to forget, so take me to Florida.
I've got some regrets, I'll bury them in
Oh,
Florida.
I love that they're going back and forth here. Let me pull this back just a bit. Not too far. Yeah.
I need to forget, so take me to Florida.
I've got some regrets, I'll bury them in Florida.
Tell me I'm despicable, say it's unforgivable.
These the dolls are beautiful, fuck me up, Florida.
I need to forget, so take me to Florida.
I got some regrets, I'll bury them in Florida.
Tell me I'm despicable, say it's unforgivable. What a crash, what a rush, fuck me up, Florida. It's one hell of a drive. It's one hell of a drive. Love loves me like this, and I don't want to exist, so take me to Florida. Did you know your home's really only a town you're just a guest in? So you work your life away just to pay for a timeshare down in Destin. Little did you know your home's really only the town you'll get arrested. So you pack your life away.
Yeah, the Florence and the Machine, shout out. The background kind of singing that's going on here, ad libs, layered vocals, background vocals, whatever you want to call them, so good.
Little did you know your home's really only the town you'll get arrested. So you pack your life away just to wait out the shitstorm back in Texas. Florida is one hell of a drug. Florida, can I use you? Florida is one hell of a drug. Florida, go and fuck me up.
Wow. And I want to point out too, that song being Florida, the opening line was a cool line on like beating the heat or something like that, or like avoid the heat if you can beat the charges, something like that. So being like, you know, if someone's accusing you of something and if you can, you know, disprove that, you're gonna beat the heat. But literally, it's Florida, so like, you're probably, yeah. I mean, I've heard it's hot. I don't know if I've ever been to Florida, to be honest. But yeah. But I mean, I'm in Dubai, so it's even hotter here. So, you know, whatever. Guilty as sin, question mark.
Drowning in the blue Nile, he sent me downtown lights. I hadn't heard it in a while, my boredom's bone deep. This cage was once just fine. Am I allowed to cry? I dream of cracking locks, throwing my life to the wolves or the ocean rocks, crashing into him tonight. He's a paradox. I'm seeing visions. Am I bad or mad or wise? What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? One slipping, falling back into the hedge maze. Oh, what a way to die. I keep recalling things we never did. Messy top lip kiss, how I long for our tryst without ever touching his skin. How can I be guilty as sin? I keep these longings locked in lowercase inside a vault. Someone told me there's no.
That's a very cool line too. I keep these longings locked inside a vault, but in lowercase, because the assumption when someone writes something in caps lock is that they're yelling it. So if something's in lowercase, they might be like whispering it. So they're like whispering these longings locked inside a vault. I love that.
Lowercase inside a vault. Someone told me there's no such thing as bad thoughts. Only your actions talk. These fatal fantasies, giving way to labored breath, taking all of me. We've already done it in my head. If it's make believe, guilty as sin. What if I roll the stone away? They're gonna crucify me anyway. What if the way you hold me is actually what's holy? If long-suffering propriety is what they want from me, they don't know how you've haunted me so stunningly.
Damn.
I choose you and me religiously.
Wow.
What if he's written mine on my upper thigh, only in my mind? One slipping, falling back into the hedge maze.
I gotta point out her ending that verse there with the "I choose you and me religiously," and this song is called "Guilty as Sin." Very nice to kind of connect that concept there.
One way to die. I keep recalling things we never did. Messy talk, lip kiss. How I long for our tryst without ever touching his skin. How can I be guilty as sin?
Is Downtown Lights a song?
He sent me downtown lights.
Let me know.
I hadn't heard it in a while. Am I allowed to cry?
Of course you are, girl. There's a chance I might cry by the end of this album. I don't know. I'm about to be a dad again. I don't know if you guys know that. Some of you probably know that. What is this, week 34 or something? I think we'll be 33 or 34 weeks tomorrow. I think 34. Which means we're very close. And I don't know what it is. We already have a son. This is our second son on the way. And I've been very emotional. I've been very, stuff triggers me very easily. So, whatever. Don't make fun of me. Who's afraid of little old me? I don't know. What do you guys want me to say? Every song so far has been fantastic. I'm really enjoying this album. It's very good. It's very good. This is track 10 of 16. I honestly can't believe that I'm already on track 10. Actually, I see the runtime. It says we're at an hour. It does not feel like I've been doing this for an hour. I'm enjoying this a lot. But yeah, let's keep going. This is Who's Afraid of Little Old Me. Go back to the lyrics here.
The who's who of who's that is poised for the attack, but my bare hands paved their paths. You don't get to tell me about sad. If you wanted me dead, you should have just said. Nothing makes me feel more alive. So I leap from the gallows and I
From the
levitate down your...
gallows? Wow. I love it.
So I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. Crash the party like a record scratch as I scream. Who's afraid of little old me? You should be.
Ooh, I like this vibe.
The scandal was contained. The bullet had just grazed. At all costs, keep your good name. You don't get to tell me you feel bad. Is it a wonder I broke? Let's hear one more joke. Then we could all just laugh until I cry. So I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. Crash the party like a record scratch as I scream. Who's afraid of little old me? I was tame, I was gentle till the circus life made me mean. Don't you worry, folks.
This is cool to me because that makes me think of a lion or a lioness. But I was tame, I was gentle till the circus life made me mean. And that's interesting because we typically associate that as the opposite, that like a wild animal might be mean and then they get tamed so that they can be in like a circus show. So that's a very cool line right there.
I was gentle till the circus life made me mean. Don't you worry, folks, we took out all her teeth. Who's afraid of little old me?
I love the way she sings that.
Well, you should be, 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 you should be. So tell me everything is not about me, but what if it is? Then say they didn't do it to hurt me. But what if they did? I wanna snarl and show you just how disturbed this has made me. You wouldn't last an hour in the asylum where they raised me. So all you kids can sneak into my house with all the cobwebs. I'm always drunk on my own tears. Isn't that what they all say? That I'll sue you if you step on my lawn. Wow. That I'm fearsome and I'm wretched and I'm wrong. Put narcotics into all of my songs. And that's why you're still singing along. So I leap from the gallows and I levitate down your street. Crash the party like a record scratch as I scream. Who's afraid of little old me? I was tame, I was gentle till the circus life made me mean. Don't you worry, folks, we took out all her teeth. Who's afraid of little old me? Well, you should be, you should be, you should be. 'Cause you lured me, and you hurt me, and you taught me. Caged me, and then you called me crazy.
Wow.
I am what I am 'cause you trained me. So who's afraid of me? Who's afraid of little old me? Who's afraid of little old me?
Okay, so now I could definitely be wrong. I really try typically to like make guesses sometimes of where I think the album is and what's happening and stuff like that. That song to me feels almost like it could be like a turning point or a shifting point where it's like it's been a very sad and like showing how she's just like super beat up from this experience of this relationship. And that was the first one where you kind of see some ferocity coming back from her. And I use that word specifically because of the the metaphors that she used in that song, um, and her saying, "Who's afraid of little old me?" Well, you should be. This kind of feels like maybe it could be a shifting point in like the way this album's been progressing, and maybe now we see her come out of this like down badness, and maybe move towards triumph. I don't know. Let's see. This one's called "I Can Fix Him." No, really, I can.
The smoke cloud billows out his mouth like a freight train through a small town.
Imagery, come on.
The jokes that he told across the bar were revolting and far too loud.
Imagery.
They shake their heads saying, God help her, when I tell him he's my man. But your good Lord doesn't need to lift a finger. I can fix him, no, really I can. And only I can. The dopamine races through his brain on a 6-lane Texas highway. His hand so callous from his pistol softly traces hearts on my face.
Okay, so either he shoots a lot of people, or I guess shoots a lot of things. I don't know why I went straight to people. That was unnecessarily dark. This album's got me in a dark place. Either he shoots a lot of things, or he just is like at the range all the time, or maybe he just, I don't know, likes to hold his gun at home or something. I don't know. He's from Texas, so it makes sense, right?
On my face. And I could see it from a mile away, a perfect case for my certain skill set. He had a halo of the highest grade, he just hadn't met me yet. They shake their heads saying, God help her, when I tell him he's my man. But your good Lord doesn't need to lift a finger. I can fix him, no, really I can. And only I can. Good boy, that's right. Come close, I'll show you heaven if you'll be an angel. All night, trust me, I can handle me a dangerous man.
Okay.
No, really, I can. They shook their heads saying, God help her, when I told them he's my man. But your good Lord didn't need to lift a finger. I can fix him, no, really I can. Whoa, maybe I can't.
You can't. There's nothing wrong with you. Look, there's nothing wrong. This is just like a PSA moment. There's nothing wrong with you or your fixing skills or anything like that. Like, you're awesome. But like, the whole concept of fixing him is the problem. It's like, it just might not be the right one, right? It's like trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and you're like, I can fix it, but maybe it's just like it's a square, and it's not meant to be fixed to fit in a circle. You know what I'm saying? It's not as eloquent as all of her writing here, but you get my point. PSA. What is this? LOML? IOML? If the first letter is capital, it could be an I. IOML? Anyways, we might find out as it plays.
Who's gonna stop us from waltzing back into rekindled flames? If we know the steps anyway, we embroidered the memories of the time I was away. just kids, babe. I said I don't mind, it takes time. I thought I was better safe than starry-eyed. I felt a glow like this, never before and never since. If you know it in one glimpse, it's legendary. You and I go from one kiss to getting married, still alive, killing time at the cemetery, never quite buried in your suit and tie, in the nick of time. You low down boy, you stand up guy, you Holy Ghost. You told me I'm the love of your life.
Got it.
You said I'm the love of your life.
LOML, love of my life.
About a million times.
Yeah, that's a lot of times.
Who's gonna tell me the truth when you blew in with the winds of fate and told me I reformed you, when your impressionist paintings of heaven turned out to be fakes? Well, you took me to hell too, and all at once the ink bleeds. A con man sells a fool a get love quick scheme. But I felt a hole like this, never before and ever since. If you know it.
That was cool. I won't pull it back because we're going into this chorus thing again. But this section here, kind of like likening this situation to, somebody trying to sell fake art. And the interesting thing about using that analogy is that art's this interesting thing where it's so dependent on a person's perception. I say this all the time. Like, I could hold up a piece of art and show it to 10 different people, and if we ask them in a bubble without the influence of each other's answer, what do you see, what do you think this is, we could very well get 10 different answers, because they're gonna, it's in the eye of the beholder, right? Like, they're gonna see based on their life experience, their bias, their perception, all of that stuff. And a good salesman can con you into believing that it's like you're seeing this when it's not really this, it's this other thing. So this is like super awesome analogy that's going on here. And she says it happens all at once, when the ink bleeds, and that kind of reveals like, oh gosh, like this is like a cheap imitation, like a fake and whatever, oh man, this is very cool.
The hole like this, never before and ever since. If you know it in one glimpse, it's legendary. What we thought was for all time was momentary, still alive, killing time at the cemetery.
That's crazy.
Never quite buried. You cinephile in black and white. All those plot twists and dynamite. Mr. Steal your girl, then make her cry. You said I'm the love of your life.
Why you say that?
You shit talked me under the table, talking rings and talking cradles. I wish I could unrecall how we almost had it all. Dancing phantoms on the terrace, are they secondhand embarrassed that I can't get out of bed? Cause something counterfeit's dead.
Damn.
It was legendary. It was momentary. It was unnecessary. Should've let it stay buried. Oh, what a valiant roar. What a bland goodbye. The coward claimed he was alive.
Wow, that was beautiful. Holy crap, Taylor. T Swift. Tay Tay. I can do it with a broken heart.
I can read your mind.
This sounds kind of familiar.
She's having the time of her life. There in her glittering prime, the lights refract. Sequin stars off her silhouette every night. I can show you lies. 'Cause I'm a real tough kid, I can handle my shit. They said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Lights, camera, bitch, smile, even when you wanna die.
Damn.
He said he loved me all his life, but that life was too short. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting more. I was grinning like I'm winning, I was hitting my marks. 'Cause I can do it with a broken heart. I'm so depressed, I act like it's my birthday every day. I'm so obsessed with him, but he avoids me like a plague. I cry a lot, but I am so productive. It's an art. You know you're good when you can't even do it with a broken heart. I can hold my breath.
So interesting that in that section the beat goes into this super up tempo, situation, and it's a mask, right? Because once it kind of disappears, you get back to this dark place again. And the fact that the song is about that, basically, like her having to put her mask on and go and do her thing because you got to keep going, but inside she feels a certain way. The fact that the instrumentation is representative of that too is very cool. Now I feel like I'm saying cool all the time. Okay, Z, think of a third word. We've used dope, we've used cool. Think of a third word.
I've been doing it since he left. I keep finding his things in drawers, crucial evidence I didn't imagine the whole thing. I'm sure I can pass this test. 'Cause I'm a real tough kid.
I would love to know what the sound is in the background. I wonder if it's almost like whoever helps like coordinate her shows or something, and like that's their communication, because I hear something like 1 2 3 before she gets into the chorus, and the beat goes to that up tempo place, like it's performance time. Yeah, I'm curious. I think that's what I'm hearing, but it's kind of hard. It's like really in the instrumentation, so I think we're not really supposed to hear it clearly.
I'm a real tough kid, I can handle my shit. They said, baby, gotta fake it till you make it, and I did. Lights, camera, bitch, smile, Insta letters for miles. He said he loved me for all time, but that time was quite short. Breaking down, I hit the floor. All the pieces of me shattered as the crowd was chanting more. I was grinning like I'm winning, I was hitting my marks. 'Cause I can do it with a broken heart.
Very interesting song. And I think so many people would relate to that in some respect. Because, I mean, how many times has something really messed up happened and in your heart it's like this awful things happen and like all you would want is for the world to kind of just like pause for a second. But that doesn't exist, right? Because everything keeps moving forward. Your bills are still due. You got to take care, if you got a family, you got to take care of your family, your kids. You got to wake up, make them breakfast. You got to take them to school. You got to go to your job. Like, things don't stop because something terrible has happened to you. And so, like, hearing that song is super, I would find for people to almost be like a little bit motivational or inspirational. Like, let me know if you got that feeling from it, because it's like, yeah, like, I feel that. I still just have to keep going. I'm tired, but I gotta show up, right? Very cool. Next track, we have The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. Let's just take a quick check where we are on the track list. Oh, last 3 tracks. Okay. Coming to the end here, guys. Let's see what we got. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived.
Was any of it true? Gazing at me starry-eyed in your Jehovah's Witness suit. Who the fuck was that guy? You tried to buy some pills from a friend of friends of mine. They just ghosted you. Now you know what it feels like. And I don't even want you back, I just want to know if rusting my sparkling summer was the goal. And I don't miss what we had, but could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived?
Yes, girl, let's go.
You hung me on your wall, stabbed me with your push pins.
The imagery.
In public showed me off, then sank in stoned oblivion. 'Cause once your queen had come, you treat her like an also-ran. You didn't measure up in any measure of a man.
Let him have it, come on.
And I don't even want you back, I just want to know if rusting my sparkling summer was the goal. And I don't miss what we had, but could someone give a message to the smallest man who ever lived? Were you sent by someone who wanted me dead? Did you sleep with a gun underneath our bed? Were you writing a book? Were you a sleeper cell spy? In 50 years will all this be declassified, and you'll confess why you did. And I'll say good riddance, 'cause it wasn't sexy once it wasn't forbidden. I would have died for your sins, instead I just died inside. And you deserve prison, but you won't get time. You'll slide into inboxes and slip through the bars. You crashed my party and your rental car. You said normal girls were boring, but you were gone by the morning. You kicked out the stage lights, but you're still performing, and in plain sight you hid. But you are what you did, and I'll forget you.
I just want to point out again, I know I'm stopping it right at the end, but we're going to pull it back so we can hear the end again. But before I pull it that far back, just want to point out this. I went really far back. Where did I go? Here. Yeah, here we go. This whole scheme right here where she's talking about like being an actor and acting and you know, their entire job is technically lying and pretending to be or make you feel things that aren't real. Like that's what an actor does, right? That's her job. But for her to go through this, you kicked out the stage lights, but you're still performing, and in plain sight you hid, because that's what actors do. In plain sight, they're hiding the real them and portraying the character that they want us to see. Very, 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 I said nice, I said cool. Did I say cool? Very good. I said dope and I said cool. Should I say nice? Good? Ugh.
Kicked out the stage lights, but you're still performing, and in plain sight you hid. But you are what you did, and I'll forget you, but I'll never forgive the smallest man who ever lived.
Facts. Okay, what's next? The Alchemy?
This happens once every few lifetimes. These chemicals hit me like white wine. What if I told you I'm back? The hospital was a drag, worst sleep that I ever had. I circled you on a map. I haven't come around in so long, but I'm coming back so strong. So when I touch down, call the amateurs and cut them from the team. Ditch the clowns, get the crown, baby, I'm the one to be. Cause the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? Hey you, what if I told you we're cool? That child's play back in school is forgiven under my rule. I haven't come around in so long, but I'm making a comeback to where I belong. So when I touch down, call the amateurs and cut them from the team. Ditch the clowns, get the crown, baby, I'm the one to be. Cause the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? These blokes swarm the benches, we've been on a winning streak. He jokes that it's heroin, but this time with an E. Cause the sign on your heart.
Heroin like the drug. Heroin like the female hero, but heroin or the E like, yeah, that was okay. I have some thoughts about this one, but we're gonna keep going and then I'll share them.
Cause the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? Shirts off and your friends lift you up over their heads. Beer sticking to the floor. Cheers chanted cause they said there was no chance. Trying to be the greatest in the league. Where's the trophy? He just comes running over to me. Touchdown, call the amateurs and cut them from the team. Ditch the clowns, get the crown, baby, I'm the one to be. Cause the sign on your heart said it's still reserved for me. Honestly, who are we to fight the alchemy? These blokes swarm the benches, we've been on a winning streak. He jokes that it's heroin, but this time with an E.
I think this is the last track. Now, so I was just thinking, like, I wanted to look up and just get the official meaning for alchemy, and not like butcher it from like my own, I guess, interpretation of what I see alchemy as. But I'm just gonna give you guys the official meaning here. It says a seemingly magical process of transformation, creation, or combination. So yeah, I mean that I think having the official meaning definitely gives more power to some of the analogies and just the ways that she puts stuff together in that track. This is a very interesting one for me because it's like at this point, right? We know that this is most likely not the right person. And we've kind of established this cycle, and the cycle is kind of like continuing, and this time, saying that, like, it's almost like you say that because you haven't found someone else that makes you feel that way, that they might have been the right one, and maybe we just misinterpreted all the negative stuff that was happening. And I've been in those shoes, so I can super, like, that's why I wanted to wait to say it till at the end. I can super relate with that because I was hung up on that person that I was telling you guys about earlier for years after, because it was like we would spend our time apart and it would be like, okay, this is good, this is right, this is not the person that I need to, like, they keep ruining my life every time we get back together. And then they would like call and like, or be in trouble or need me or something like that, and I would just like come running and be like, I got you, and like get back together momentarily, and then be like, oh, this is why we were apart. So I super relate to a lot of the stuff, like, and again, as I was saying earlier, anyone who's been in a toxic relationship is going to super relate to this album and the way that it's kind of flowing. This last track is Clara Bow. Now, people mentioned this person to me when I did the Fortnight video, and they said it was kind of a nod, like the video itself was a nod to Clara Bow. So I did some research, and she's an actress, kind of considered like one of the first big female stars, and like, women that like men went crazy about. I think I read something when I was like doing that research after you guys told me that she, at her peak or something, she was getting like 35,000 letters a month. That's crazy, yo. Anyways, this song is called Clara Bow. We're going to see what she's going to say here.
You look like Clara Bow in this light. Remarkable all your life. Did you know you'd be picked like a rose? I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I think I might die if it happened. Die if it happened to me. No one in my small town thought I'd see the lights of Manhattan. This town is fake, but you're the real thing. Breath of fresh air through smoke rings. Take the glory, give everything. Promise to be dazzling. You look.
Okay, so I shouldn't have read ahead. I've read this. I should have just waited for her to sing it, but can't help it sometimes when the lyrics are there, I have thoughts, but again, I'll try to hold them until I see where we're going with this. I actually don't know who this is. Should I also look them up? Possibly. Okay, give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna try to go super fast. Stevie Nicks, an American singer-songwriter. She is currently 76 years old. I have a picture of her when she's younger. Oh, I can see some resemblance. And she with the band Fleetwood Mac. and as a solo artist. I don't recognize her name as a solo artist. I do recognize the name Fleetwood Mac, but I couldn't tell you any songs. Maybe there are some ones that I would know, but you're welcome to mention that. Sorry. I just wanted to know what we were talking about.
You look like Stevie Nicks in 75. The hair and lips crowd goes wild at her fingertips. Half moonshine, a full eclipse. I'm not trying to exaggerate, but I think I might die if I made it. Die if I made it. No one in my small town thought I'd meet these suits in LA. They all wanna say this town is fake, but you're the real thing. Breath of fresh air through smoke rings. Take the glory, give everything. Promise to be dazzling. The crown is stained, but you're the real queen. Flesh and blood amongst war machines. You're the new god we're worshipping. Promise to be dazzling. Beauty is a beast that roars down on all fours, demanding more. Only when your girlish glow flickers just so do they let you know it's hell on earth to be heavenly. Them's the breaks, they don't come gently. You look like Taylor Swift in this light. We're loving it. You've got edge. She never did. The future's bright, dazzling.
All right, I wasn't. I mean, of all the songs to make me feel kind of emotional, I feel emotional because I think the world is just so full of like people that want to spread negativity and like and doubt and like you're not gonna make it and like just so much like and just she did, and she's huge and she's the biggest in the world, and it's awesome. And you know, I do want to point out just a line at the end here. I won't go back too far and talk about too much of the song, but I love that at the end she's, you know, did you look like Taylor Swift, because she is iconic. I mean, in our generation, you have to, right? Like, how can you not? It's hell on earth to be heavenly. And again, this kind of goes with this whole thing. Like, there's so much negative. It's like the thing to do to tear people down and be negative and be awful to one another. That when you're a good person, it's like you're either getting weighed down and like you're slowly eroding through the waves of negativity, or you get taken advantage of, or whatever. Like it can be really hard. And I love them's the breaks, like the you know, I guess would that classify as an idiom, possibly, but then they don't come gently because something wouldn't break if you were gentle, right? I love it. This entire album, guys, was so good. It's just after 3 a.m. and I feel like I could keep going. I won't, because again, I told you guys I got stuff to do. I gotta get home. I gotta edit all of this stuff and upload it, so I won't even go home for probably a couple more hours. But my mom's coming home tomorrow night, and I gotta get stuff ready tomorrow, so I can't be completely wiped out. Did I tell you guys that? Maybe I told you guys that. But anyways, I'm very excited. I haven't seen her in a long time. I think like over a year at this point. But this album was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I love every song. I don't think there's a single one that I would skip. Like, no skips. And I don't say that with all the albums that I do on this channel. If in case it's like, oh, he just always says everything is good. No, there's been many times where I've even said I don't like the album, and there's been many times where I've said that if this is, what is it, 16 tracks, that I maybe only like 7 or 8 tracks from the album. I legitimately feel like I wouldn't skip a song on this album. This is very good. I'm super impressed. And the writing was just phenomenal. So deep, so many cool concepts, and just very clever writing. Oh, I could probably talk about this for a while. But we got to end the video. You guys are tired. I'm sure it's an hour and 45 minutes. I'm tired because it's late. We're going to go to sleep. If you guys are still here, I appreciate you spending your time with me. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.